Finals time in Wisconsin. Bob Anderson takes on Pat Cleveland. Bob, in order to win this title, is going to have to double dip 2 sets away from Pat. See if he can do that. William Stewart, Nick DeShera here with me on the call for this one.
Yeah, you kind of almost expected a rematch between these two guys after their King Seat match going down to the wire in the tiebreaker here. I mean, that's what you kind of want to see when you're looking at a competitive bracket. And these are the two best players on the day so far. They're going to have to show that they're still the best players to finish the day now.
I don't know. I mean, did I see Pat Cleveland being your King Seat holder? No, I will tell you that right off the bat. But he's earned it. Bob Anderson's earned it to be in this position. I thought maybe Robbie would be able to get back to the finals. But, hey, this just goes to show you anybody can beat anyone on any given day, and we've got 2 respectable finalists here in this one.
Yeah, just say you're a Pat Cleveland hater, Will. Just say it.
No.
I'm just kidding. We're just kidding.
It just goes to show you anything can happen in a 2 out of 3 format, especially 501, because it's pretty much all about the diddles. It can be all
and
about
also,
that.
Testament to the game in general, it's starting to get tougher to predict most brackets in general, regardless of format, just because certain players have really started to rise, and I feel like the average dart player is just getting tougher, and it makes it so much harder. There's not like a clear favorite each bracket at these major events, these big tournaments like this, if you ask me at least.
No, I could have picked 3, 4. I probably could have picked 6 winners in that bracket. Admittedly, probably wouldn't have picked any
like
of
your
these
sports
guys.
betting, you're bad at picking winners.
Get out of here. That is not true. Oh, never mind. Totally true. The government's listening. Totally true. Don't win at all.
Totally true.
What are you talking about?
I claimed everything I legally had to. Here we go. Trying to get to the 157. Will not do so now and can't leave a finish from here. So Bob kind of getting a let off from the 1 bull last go. Do want to give a huge shout out to each and every one of you that liked my new Facebook profile picture. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I hate you, by the way. Just wanted to say that out loud publicly.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Got my chubby cheeks on there. What the heck, bud? 2 darts in hand here for Bob. 106 would be a great leave.
Yeah, it has to be careful. Wants to make sure to stay true here. You don't want to leave it to a big combination finish. A medium-sized combination sounds way more appetizing at this point.
Yes, gets it done. I feel bad for Robbie back there. He's enticed in a conversation with DJ.
Oof,
that could
brutal.
last a few hours. Sorry, bud.
Matthew Cook saying, thoughts on the blue boards? They're like the red boards, but now in blue.
It's not bad. I mean, it's just a very different face, and I don't know. It's all color preference to me.
I just remember when the fireboards first started rolling out and everyone did not like, or they absolutely loved the color face on that one as well. It's one of those, you'll have slight preferences, but my only gripe is that in a dimly lit bar, sometimes the black segments might be harder to see, but even then it's a moot point if you're thinking about that.
16 for tops.
Drops it.
Yeah, it doesn't like that at all. But Pat with the combination finish.
Yeah, again, can't do that traditional 18s route. Normally you do 72 for 50. That's 4 18s. Won't be able to set it up like that. So he might just go for the bull double 11. A lot of players have been opting for.
Oh, can't go now. Eyesight on the trip 20. Go for that double.
Exactly, just a big old fat single 20 here.
What is he thinking about here? Is he thinking about?
There shouldn't be really any other thoughts unless he really doesn't like double 20.
Jeremy's calling 14. I don't know about that, Jeremy. We'll see.
Hmm.
He could. Okay. Goes 48. That's not a bad decision.
Yeah, I mean,
he hit that double six last go round. Why not go ahead and leave it again? But it's if he gets a chance, because Bob's got 32 in hand, and he converted last time as well.
Yeah, and he's not going to waste any time there. You're not. It's also, Pat, with that decision making, some could argue, well, maybe there's some icing going on, not intentionally for sure, because it wouldn't work on Bob regardless. One leg for Bob Anderson. So we will see Pat Cleveland here to get the start in at leg number 2. 2 bulls around minimum is your target line. If you're hitting less than 2 bulls, you're giving the opportunity to your opponent. That's an unfortunate deflection. Looks like the flight might have slapped the 19 there, because it was pretty much dead on where the first and second darts were.
See
Bobby able to capitalize.
Yeah, he's a little just unsettled as he starts that one. He needs to make sure it's worked the way he wanted to, and
yeah. Bright side for Pat here. I mean, he does get that reprieve, right? He's going to be able to kind of make some work happen on the bulls, but he's kind of struggling to stay consistent. Some of his darts are just kind of dropping a little bit there. We saw it on his initial diddle right before we turned our mics on. His diddle is well below where he was trying to go for, and when you're kind of having some drops like that, it's almost like you're having trouble with your release point or your follow through on your dart. Bob there does gain some ground. Will it be enough of a gain here to kind of punish Pat? Needs to get a little bit lower. These guys are going to be off to the races to see who can get to that out.
square up our image here. Looks like Bob with I think a good ton here would be handy.
Yeah, not going to happen too. He needed to find at least 2 bulls. Again, 2 bulls is that target line. I say that because if you're scoring 2 bulls and you're going first, you usually will win unless the person behind you is playing perfect. If you're going second, that means that you're always in range to hit a big shot to get yourself back in the mix. Right now, both these guys are kind of fluctuating around that range here of 1 to 2 bulls per round, leaving opportunities back and forth. Just no one's really able to capitalize on it yet.
Pat leaves himself the 139, and if you're Bob, you almost fill this up, Bob. Fills it up, he does.
Yeah, great correction there from Anderson. Puts a lot of pressure. 139 is not an easy finish. 109, not that much better, but it is still, in fact, a better finish nonetheless here. So Pat will have to do some work and find some trips. He was going bull trip 19 for double 16 there.
All right, Bob, to force another set here.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one. Bull 19 for tops. It's on.
19 for tops.
Just drops it low. Was not happy with that one. Pat here with a similar type shot here with Bull for 12 or 20 to leave a double.
What a
Whoa.
interesting play. And it works.
Whoa. All right. You know what, Pat? You do you. If you're going to hit it, doesn't matter. Oh, my.
Wow.
1-1 there. You can see some looks of disbelief in the background. That's a ballsy way to shoot that.
That is a gutsy way, because you could easily bust that. You're right back where you were. What a gutsy play. Pat Cleveland. What do y'all think of that in the chat? Let us know.
Pat said, it doesn't matter what you think of it. I'm still going to double bull the diddle. So Pat Cleveland, one leg away from being your champion. And Bob Anderson knows he has a tall task. This is where Pat got him in the last go. That last leg decider, winning the diddle and coming out strong. Can he do that again?
You see, they're just making sure it's set up properly here.
See, Tammy said, Pat likes the double one. Yeah, we got the impression when he hit it. Absolutely, you have to if you're going to shoot it like that. And outs and out is what Skittles Gary Blum says. So, I mean, you're absolutely right. It was, it just, he's a bolder man than I. That's all I got to say. The way Bob just looked at his beverage, I almost wonder if Pat asked him if they wanted to go get some refills after this. I was wondering.
That could be it. That could be it.
There's nothing worse than a beer line at a Wisconsin dart tournament at the start of the day. Let me tell you, those lines are long at the beginning. They don't empty up too much. They're thirsty over there.
Pat with only a 62 opener.
And not the 3 hat tricks in a row that we did see of him in his last time of being in the last leg decider in that king seat. I was going to be happy about that. Bit high in the last, but a 50-point advantage.
It's a good advantage for Bob. It can easily go wayward. It's up to Pat here, and unfortunately, he's having a case of the one hole out.
And this is definitely wayward at this point. As you can see now, it's only a 21-point separation between these players here, being that Bob, if he hits at least 2 bulls here, basically has the throw now. That's a huge steal if that's the case. There we go. Bob edging out just a little bit more of a lead here.
No, Pat feels
Pat just trying to hang and bang.
Yeah, he could fill this up here and leave 218. Add a little pressure to Bob's throw, but speak too early.
And you can see Bob just approaching the board with better board states, 30-point separation here. Not a bad spot to be at all. If he can leave the out first, that's massive. 1-3-4 was very doable for Anderson. Wants to not deflect on that last start, and he doesn't. Beautiful shot to leave the 1-3-4.
That's a good lead for Bob. That is a great leave, especially leaving the 284. That adds or makes Pat think.
I think Pat's going to leave the 102 and shoot it the same way.
Oh, did he look up?
Pat.
Did he
Why'd you look up? Well, I wanted the 102 again.
Well,
I don't.
Looking up
But also
is a tough call there because you leave 132 if you hit the 20. And that's easier.
Yeah, and you
can't bull out.
You can't utilize it like a champagne shot. Yeah,
Exactly.
You can't bull out. The idea was I want a 2-dart finish. I want 92. I want the 2-dart finish. But it will be a moot point here if Anderson just goes ahead and hits his double 17 on the last start.
Boom.
Finds the 1-3-4.
What a great shot. I'm pretty sure that Pat would have attacked that if he would have hit it. Bull, trick 14, tops. But can't do it if you're not there. Bob Anderson gets the win. We are tied up on sets now. We'll go to 0-0 once again. Both with one loss apiece.
Yeah, big reset here. And these guys' only losses are to each other here. Does get it there. Bob Anderson finds the double. You can see that 41.75. Those 12 dart games, that's the expectation. If you're throwing a 12 dart leg, you have a good chance in the final to be able to come up on top here. And I expect that standard to be prevalent throughout all 2 or 3 of these legs for this last part of this Division I final here at WAMO.
To square up again, so Bob does those duties and he'll get the start.
Well, let's see what he does with the start, because that's the one thing both these guys struggled with in that last set, right? Neither of them were having that big 150 plus, and both of them kind of hitting 1 or 2 bowls at most. That's going to be the case here for Bob. Pat, gonna want to try to start off with some perfection here.
Get some calls to help him out with the brewskis. If you're in the area, grab
So they
up a
were
brew.
thirsty. They're thirsty, guys.
Bob throwing a little lotion on his hand. I'm wondering if he's using that for grip or if he's using it for a... It was opposite hand that he put it on. Just noticed.
Maybe he was just feeling a little dry. Who knows?
It looked like some
Maybe he just likes to be moisturized.
It looked like some. You can still see the substance actually on his hand just a little bit. Almost like an MLB
I'll call an
pitcher.
ump to check the pitcher here.
That's what I'm saying. Almost like an MLB pitcher. Maybe we'll see after this if he goes to it for grip or not.
It's definitely a popular thing for certain players, especially, I mean, you see like the main bag and other things coming out now. I've never been a big fan of using any grip material, but yeah, it might be some just a traditional chalk or lotion, like you said.
It could just be some medical lotion. Maybe he's feeling the pain there, but it just struck me off guard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, there it is. You saw it there. He's using it as grip. He went to his hand, lathered up a little bit, same as licking your fingers, but he's using the lotion. So
I almost wonder, because you can tell that his hitch right now is that he's having trouble getting that dart going forward and moving the arm. That's sometimes a release point problem for certain players where they're trying to get that perfect line. Maybe he's helping mentally try to loosen up the dart.
And that's what he could be unsettled with his grip pulling back, and that's maybe where he's resetting and whatnot. Maybe you see a little bit more spin on the dart, but
very interesting stuff. Well, Pat here going to try to chase close behind with Bob not on an out. He's just going to try to get himself in range to set up here. doesn't get himself quite low enough. You really want to be a little bit lower. You want to basically guarantee that because Bob's going to get to and out first, that you're going to leave yourself at a 2 dart checkout, and 238 is not guaranteed to leave yourself a 2 dart checkout. Bob here is going to be keen to do so. Yeah, good setup there.
Yeah, leaving himself 70 is nice.
Pat gonna want to find perfection here. Kind of hanging over the bowl a little bit. Yeah, and drops it low. You can tell it was a little bit of an overcorrection. It's easy to do that even subconsciously when you have those 2 darts hanging over the target. You kind of break your direct eye line with it, and you'll see that players will sometimes drop their dart like how he did there. 70's a shot. Bull for double 10.
Yeah, you can see he's frustrated there. He's like, gosh, dang it, come on.
It's so hard to deal with your body fighting against you when you're just trying to throw the dart.
This would be a huge win, though, if he can pull this off with that little hiccup going on. What a shot. Good stuff. It's just a 70 checkout, but it's a 70 checkout to put him one leg away from a title here.
I mean, that's exactly well said. It doesn't matter the stars, the stripes, and the big loud explosions. If you get the gold star by your name at the end, that means you won the leg, and he is at match point. I wonder if every time Bob's throwing, he's like, man, I wish I could give Jed Neal his hitch back. This is bothering me. Bob can punish the one bowl open for Pat. It's the one thing, though, these guys have struggled with in this final is just having that big open. Oh, Cleveland finding something right now. Does find all 3 in the bowl. How about that?
That will work. That will work. Especially with Bob back on 4-4-4. Even a hat trick isn't going to put him within distance, so I'll put him just without a reach.
I just love that the entire chat's now thinking the ref's there for the lotion. Oh, you guys crack me up.
That's definitely not it.
Hey, just hanging out or refereeing.
I thought I did see a little something going on back there, but I'm not too sure if I was seeing the correct thing. But I'm happy I noticed what is. I'm gonna have to ask him what kind of grip enhancer he is actually using too, because everybody has their own. And I'm glad you mentioned the Bane bag too. That is a very nice tool. I was lucky enough to get one, and yeah, it doesn't leave any residue or anything in your hands, and if you like your grip, that works.
Yeah, it's funny. You either live or die by the grip enhancing different substances that are out there. I personally have refused to try them simply because I'm too afraid of liking them and needing them every single time I travel now. I'm almost like I don't want to know how green the grass is on the other side. A little bit of trouble here, but no pressure from Bob. So Pat just needs to find something on this last dart. Doesn't quite get there. Down to 85 though, so at a 2 dart finish. Anderson well back. We'll need to find the hat trick to lead the 148. It's pretty much the only play there. does
a hat.
so.
It's a hat, but he still has to hit a big round in order to take out that 148. And with Pat on 85, could potentially have 6.
That was the hat, but here comes Pat.
Okay, Nick.
Sorry. My bad.
Okay, Nick. Pat just taking a moment here. I'm going 17 to leave tops. And what is he doing?
Triple. He's done this to us now with the 102. He left himself double 6 earlier.
He's left himself in some, you know, but his math's correct. I mean, 24 is not a bad leave at all. I'm not going to dog that one, but I didn't see that one coming. I figured 17, easy, fat it up and go for the tops, but he must not like tops.
He doesn't like tops.
He must not like tops, but he likes double 1.
That's like tops to the right, though. That's way different.
All righty. Pat, get you one on the board. Let's go to a last leg decider.
Not yet. Double 6.
Ooh.
Needs to work it in. He does.
Finds it. We're going the distance.
We're going for speed.
By the way, I am very upset. They are in my hometown right now.
Oh, really?
Yep. Cake is definitely putting on a show in Wichita, Kansas. Well, probably here in about 30 minutes or so. I'm sure they'll hop on stage, but missing it for this. What am I doing? I'm just kidding. I want to miss
so hard to choose between a Cake concert and a Wisconsin dart tournament. It might still be the 90s, honestly. Are we still in the 90s?
Give me my backwards visor and we're good.
Yeah, right. Bring out the jorts. Ooh, I think Pat did get it there.
Yep, just got it. One hole, I believe. Well, who's going to be crowned champion? Will Pat take advantage of the start here and get the win, or will Bob Anderson lift the level 1 title?
Looks like we do have some extracurricular going on in the background. Told you guys he wasn't here to check out the Pine Tar. The ref is there to ref.
Yeah, this guy in the red shirt has something to say, there's for sure. I kind of saw him talking to Scuba, and I was like, this doesn't look like a good conversation. Let me go ahead and we sent Jeremy out there to keep an eye on things. So who knows what's going on.
The Monopoly man himself with the mustache and all. I'm sure he'll fix it.
And we could just be misjudging the situation. That could always happen, but who knows. Here we go. This final.
That's it. Not pay attention behind the curtain. Look at the dartboard here, guys. We got some good stuff going on. Pat, again, I think pretty much almost every time he's missed that first start at the bowl, it's kind of looks similar to this, where he's kind of going down and left a little bit. It's just he hasn't been able to open strong. That's why some of these legs are a little bit closer than either of these players would prefer. One of these guys, if they get the foot on the pedal, you'd have to imagine could run away with it. Trying to work his way up here. Finds a bull. Can he get one more here to put some pressure on Pat? He does. So getting a little bit of an advantage, but Pat's still controlling his throw ever so slightly at the moment. I can use that dart to his advantage. Good spot, low on the bull. And you can see he kind of just hit off the barrel and it deflected inside. Just same spot there.
Ooh. Hole from filling it up here.
You know, Bob here is going to have a big shot. I just almost had an outside thought or inside thought outside. So yeah, Bob with a big shot here.
Done that numerous times, buddy. Numerous times, Nick.
My inside thoughts are a little worse, I feel like.
Bob, I think you needed a little bit more on that turn.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. Basically, the advantage he started to carve out for himself was handed back over. Wow. Yeah, just one. He stacks on top of those darts, double checks the position because he felt like, I mean, he must have felt like they were a little bit better. Bob with another opportunity to kind of regain. This is really back and forth, not really taking advantage of that going first position here for Pat. But we also saw, Will, from his celebration that Pat had, from that king seat. I mean, there's a lot of emotion on this for him. I would have to imagine here. It's hard to read Bob. You know, he's a brick wall when it comes to showing those emotions or not. But Pat, with how much he celebrated from that last win, he really wants this, and it's almost getting to him a little bit.
I walked by Pat, and he was just kind of talking to somebody like, "Yeah, I don't know how I'm here, but I'm playing for the king seat." And he had that kind of mindset. So I'm guessing that he didn't anticipate being in this position, but I tell you what, he's earned it. He has earned it. And no matter what, first or second, he should be thrilled to finish like this in level 1 here at WAMO. Both these guys will be happy.
Yeah, I mean, to get to the finals is a huge honor. I mean, if you and I were to play in this Division 1, well, we'd be getting last in place probably.
Some of us. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey.
It's a tough format. 2 out of 3 is always difficult. It's that old gritty, diddle means almost everything kind of format. So, well, Bob's in a checkout opportunity. Pat needs to find it with 2 darts. There's a good one. He goes up top.
I like it.
50. No, he stays there, Nick. 52 remaining. What a shot. A 140.
Yeah, I mean, if he stayed there and tripped the 20, he leaves the 52 for a 2-dart finish. If he hits a single, 92 is still a 2-dart finish. So I love that switch from Pat, and it worked out so well, and it puts all the pressure now. Bob has to get this done here with the 135.
Oh, boy.
Trip 15 for double top.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow.
Oh, all right.
17 for the win.
He hit it earlier. Can he hit it again? He can.
Come
Bob
on,
Anderson.
Bob Anderson. Look at you go, buddy. Wow. Well, he just proves it. I don't care if I've got this little hesitation or not. You're level 1 champion, Bob Anderson.
Yeah, good stuff there from Bob and getting it done, and good run on Pat Cleveland. I mean, obviously he wanted that one. It comes down to the last leg. They played it all the way through, but unfortunately was not able to come out on top, but should still hold his head up high with the run like that. Second place, Division 1 WAMO for Pat Cleveland.